Hi guys, welcome back to the video. Today I will be making a comparison video part 1 between this Fender's made in Japan 70s Thinline Telecaster and the PRS SE Hollowbody 2 Piezo. In this video, I will be playing finger styling without plugging this guitar into any amp. So all the sound you're going to be hearing from this video is going to be coming out from the body of the guitar itself. So without further ado, let's hear how these two guitars sounds. So that's the end of the comparison video part 1. What do you guys think? Feel free to leave your comment below. Before I sharing what I think, I just want to say one thing. To be fair, the Fender's guitar, I had the strings changed, and I also had lowered the setup before I play. But for this one, the setup, the setting, even the string, they're stuck. So basically this is exactly what it is when I first got the guitar. So I didn't have anything change. I didn't lower the action. So I'm not sure if you can see it. The action for this guitar is quite higher than my Fender Telecaster. So I think that might have some effect of me playing, because I'm just so accustomed to the electric guitar with lower action. Suddenly playing finger styling in a high action setup, it's just a little bit much more difficult for me to play. But still though, even though it is high action, it is still an appropriate height, so that you shouldn't really affect me much. It doesn't really too bother me, especially when I play the lower fret, which it makes sense because the acoustic guitar and hollow body, you can't like most of the action usually is supposed to be higher than the electric guitar. So that I think that's also one reason why that I had no intention of changing or lowering the setup. So, and even right now that I'm playing the higher fret, I'm still comfortable with it, but it just, I would still prefer a lower action. But anyway, before digressing the topic, I just want to say that this guitar came as from the box, so that I really didn't change anything other than making sure the neck was straight. So basically this guitar is really out of the box playing, And I must say though, PRS is amazing. Even coming out of the box, it sounds great, and the string is still great. Because from my other guitars, even coming out from the box, the string is probably already washed and something like that, which you kind of have to forcefully end up changing it. And I haven't played this guitar for at least a few months from now, so that's another reason why that I wasn't used to this guitar when I played this today. So that's maybe something that I don't know, maybe later on I will lower the action just to see how you can perform all the stuff in my future video. I'm not sure yet, but at this moment I have no intention to changing anything of this guitar. Because I still think it's perfect. So saying this aside, now going back to the main focus, what I feel about these two guitars. First of all, I'm very surprised because after I record the video, I went back and actually look at it and hear it how they sound coming out from the phone, because I'm using an iPhone to record this. And surprisingly, the Fender actually sounds much more brighter and louder than this guitar. And I think it makes sense because the Fender's guitar is made of maple neck. So the maple actually, I mean, it always sounds much more brighter than a rosewood. So I think that is one factor. And second of all, I think that the wood maybe is another reason. I'm not exactly sure what kind of wood is this. I think this is mahogany. Supposedly mahogany should be bright, but for the older wood from the Fender, just surprising how it actually resonate louder. Or maybe I'm not sure, because to me when I was playing this one and that one, the resonance actually sound more playing from the Fender one than this one. But I think that's also very surprising. I'm not really sure why, because that one is, the Telecaster is a semi-hollow with one F. Well, for this one, I guess it's a little bit controversy, because to be honest though, this is very thin, because from what I know, a full whole body hollow body guitar should be like thicker, like maybe like this thick compared to the one here, which is this thick. So but given that you have 2F hole, so I'm kind of thinking that how should I say it, it's quite surprising. So maybe the fact that this is not really a sound, maybe I guess it really depends on what kind of guitar is, but I guess even though with the 2F, with this thickness of the guitar, it's not really a full hollow body, even though the description is a hollow body. So I think that is also one reason why that it doesn't sound as bright as the Fender. But of course that also has to do with the you know, the wood and also the finish, because the finish also affects the sound from the wood and so forth. So like I said before, it really depends on what you think, what you consider as a hollow body. But for this one, just kind of surprising that it doesn't sound as loud as the Fender's maple the Fender Thinline Telecaster. So I find that interesting. And second of all, like I said before, I'm so accustomed to playing an electric guitar with a lower action, so the maple neck was much more suitable for me. I think it's easier for me to move around. While this one, also the fact that it has a higher action, it's not that easier for me to move around. But then again though, in terms of a hollow body, just like I mentioned before, I usually mostly for finger picking, I usually just playing the lower fret, so you shouldn't really bother me, and you shouldn't be, and you rarely move very high to the other side of the fretboard. So really depends on what kind of stuff you play. So I think that is also one factor, but to me, if I have to choose between which one I would prefer or feel much more comfortable to play, definitely the Fender's Telecaster. So I think at this moment, since it's not put into an amp, I cannot say further until the next video, but in terms of playing, I really find it surprising the Fender actually stand out more than this guitar. But of course, that is just coming from not using an amp, and most of the time when you perform, you use an amp. So I guess this is much more for practicing. So for practicing before using an amp, I think that Fender does a very good job. But this one, even though I'm not saying that just because of that, this one without plugging into an amp, that it sucks. It's not. It actually still sounds great. It still resonates. It's just not as loud as it, yes, but if you have to say how this compared to an acoustic guitar, I think that this one actually mimic much better than the Fender's Telecaster. Yes, it doesn't sound as loud as a Fender, but in terms of the sound coming out from this guitar, it actually sounds much more similar to how an acoustic guitar sound, except the volume is a bit lower. So that's what I think about it. So what about you guys? What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me or disagree? Either way, it's fine. Feel free to comment what you think, and I'm very interested to see or hear how you guys think about this video. So until then, I will see you guys in part 2 of this video. See you guys next time.